So coming to this video, in this video, we are going to solve another interesting problem. Compare the triplets. What is the problem? Problem says Alice and Bob each created one problem for HackerRank. A reviewer rates two challenges, awards points on scale 1 to 100 for three categories based on problem clarity, originality, and difficulty. So the rating of Alice challenge is triplet. Some array of 0, array of 1, array of 2, other three values given, and the rating of Bob challenge is also a triplet. So actually, what this problem says is Elise and Bob are two persons. They created HackerRank problems so that a reviewer rates their questions based on some scale of points from 1 to 100. So for first problem of Alice, the reviewer given grade as array of 0, and for second problem the reviewer given array of 1, and for third problem the reviewer given array of 2. Similarly for Bob also, for three problems three ratings were given. So what we need to do, what is our task is, the task is to find their comparison points by comparing first ratings of both, that is a of 0 and b of 0, and a of 1 with b of 1, a of 2 with b of 2. So our task is what, we just need to compare the rating of first problem of Alice and first problem of Bob, and second problem of Alice with the second problem of Bob, and third problem of Alice with the third problem of Bob. So this is the task we need to perform. After comparing, if Alice, what is that? Alice points. Alice points are greater than Bob points at any particular comparison, then we need to award 1 point for Alice. If similarly Bob points are greater than Alice points, then we need to award 1 point for Bob. If they are equal, we don't give any point to any person. This is the question given. So comparison points is the total points a person earned. Given A and B determine their respective comparison points. So this is what they given. So let us think manually and let us visualize whether the first the first point of Elise and first point of Bob. What is the first point of Elise? The grade point of Elise is first grade point of Elise is 1. Similarly, for Bob, what is the first grade point? 3. So let us compare and observe. What is greater? 1 is greater or 3 is greater? 3 is greater. So now Bob got received 1 point. In second case, in first case, Bob got received 1 point. Then 2 and 2 are the ratings for the second problem. So both are equal, right? So neither Elise nor Bob got any score. Now let us check with third point rating points. Elise got 3 points, whereas Bob got only 1 point. So from this, what we can tell, 3 is greater than 1. So Elise got another point. So firstly, for first problem, Bob got 1 point, and for third problem, Elise got 1 point. So what we need to return is, we need to return the score of Elise and Bob in a given array, in the form of an array. So first element indicates the Elise score, whereas second value indicates the score of the Bob. So that's what we need to perform here. So let us see the question solution. Just need to set up the Python 3 as your compiler. Yeah. Now the data, some file pointer is opened and A list is readed and B list also readed, and now they're using a function and passing A and B. This function will return the result, and finally they are writing in the file and then closing the file. So what is our task is we need to write the code inside the function, whatever the function that is given. In that we need to write the code and return whatever the output that we want to return as result, and that result will be stored in result variable, and that was written under file pointer, whatever the file that is opened by using this file pointer. In that file we are going to write that result. So our task is to, so what is our task? Our task is to compare both the arrays and need to return Alice points as well as Bob points in the form of an array. So let me assume, to store Alice points I need a variable, to store Bob points I need another variable. So let me take Alice score as my variable 1, and initially the score is 0, right? So I put Alice score is 0. Similarly, Bob score also 0 initially. Now what is my task, sir? I need to check A of 0 with B of 0 firstly. Then I need to check again A of 1 with what? B of 1. Then again I need to check of 2 with B of 2. So here, what is the common thing we are doing? We are checking both the scores of A and B 3 times. So what is the thing you can encounter here is we are just simply executing the same checking statement 3 times. For that, for same step of iteration in programming Python, we are using for loop to repeat the same thing multiple times. We are going to use loops. So here I want to repeat only 3 times. So for I in range of 3. So I just given range as 3. So 3 times this for loop will iterate. In this for loop, we need to check based on AI value and BJ BI value. So if AI greater than BI, that means what is the thing? Ellie's point is greater than Bob points. Then whom I need to assign the score? Ellie's. So Ellie's score I want to increment by 1. Whatever the score Ellie's have, that gonna I am incrementing by 1. In the else case, if Bob points B of I is greater than A of I, Bob's score points are greater than Ellie's points, then what I need to increase? I need to increase Bob's score by 1. So whatever the score Bob has, that need to be increased by 1. In the else case, that is when both the scores are equal, do I need to perform anything? No, I don't need to perform anything. So now after performing all the comparisons, I need to perform 3 times. All the 3 times will be compared here only. I is equals to 0, it will run once. I is equals to 1, it will run once, second time. And I is equals to 2, the for loop internal statements will execute again, third time. In this way, I will compare the scores of Bob and Elise, and I'll assign scores for them with respect to comparison of points. Now, what I need to do after performing all this, I need to return what I need to return Ellie's score as well as Bob's score in the form of an array. So I'm just trying to return what I'm trying to return is Ellie's score and Bob's score. So in this way, we can able to solve this problem. So let us run and check whether it is running and executing the internal test case successfully or not. So ఇక్కడ చూసుకుంటే in here for test case 1 it is passed and for test case 2 also it is passed. So let us submit and check whether it is executing the internal cases or not. Yeah, you can check all the internal cases are also passed. So in this way we can solve this problem. So let me explain once again. Only two scores are given, Ellie's and Bob's scores are given. Firstly, based on their scores, they're comparing. Whoever got the highest score, they got one. They got their score increased by one, and whoever got highest score, their value of score will be increased by one based on comparison of both scores. First score is for Alice and second score is for Bob. After the comparison, we just need to return Ellie's score as well as Bob's score. Here you can compare 5 and 3. 5 is greater, so Ellie's got 1 point. 6 and 6 both are equal, so Ellis or Bob don't get any points. But Ellis previously has 1 point. Now we can compare the third value. First value is 7 and second value is 10. So after comparing this, Bob got 1 point. That is 10 is greater than 7. So that's why Bob got 1 point. But Ellis already got 1 point in this problem. So finally the output is 1 comma 1. Ellis score is 1 and Bob's score is 1. That we need to return. So if we compare here as well, so coming to first problem, Bob got a highest score, that is 99. So we need to assign 1 point to Bob. And coming to second, 16 and 28. 28 is greater. So Alice got 1 point and Bob has 1 point for 99. Now let us compare with the final question score. For final question score, Alice got 30 points and Bob got 8 grade. So 30 is even greater than 8. Then that's why Alice got 1 more point. So Alice previously have 1 point and now he got another point. So Alice has 2 points whereas Bob has only 1 point. So that's why we need to return. Alice has 2 points, so 2 is written first, and then Bob got 1 point, so 1 is written again. So this is what we need to solve. How do we solve this? We just we just compare the values of Alice and Bob. We just compare the values of Alice and Bob's 3 times because only 3 questions, right? So only 3 times I need to compare, and based on the respective comparison, I am assigning the scores, and finally I am returning the Alice score and Bob score. That's it. So in this way you can solve the problem. I hope this video is understandable to you. I try to share this competitive programming question link in the description. Try to solve it by your own. After that, you can, whenever you struck, then try to visualize the code wherever you struck and how to solve this problem. Then further continue to solve the problem so that you can able to solve further in future. So thanks for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. See you in the next video of DSA series.